I talked about a few cereals in a Free to Succeed episode a couple of days ago, and so many more of you than I would have thought requested a cereal tier list. And I've kind of been looking for an excuse to do something different on this channel anyway, occasionally. So I feel like this will be a good introduction to that. So I found a template someone has put together. This is the best template I've found so far. It doesn't have every cereal on it I would like it to have, but a lot of them have like 50 plus cereals. I haven't had most of them. So this one I've had just about everyone on the list at least once. Again, there's a couple of cereals that aren't on here, but I think all the big hitters, all the important ones are here. That we might be starting off with some controversy just by me saying that, but we're just going to jump in and do this. Let me know what you think about this layout, by the way. If you want me to make a new layout where the tier list is bigger, I can. I just figured I would run with this one for now. So let me know how visible all this is. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get into it. This should be interesting. So starting with regular Cheerios. Man, you know what, dude? There's a distinction to be made between regular Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios. And I'm just going to keep it real. Regular Cheerios are ass. You're going to have to add something to a bowl of regular Cheerios because it's just gross. So I'm going to go. They're bad. We'll start with D tier. We might make an adjustment as we go, but I'm going to start with D tier. Cookie Crisp. Also, too, I think what I'm going to have to do is take these cereals in their prime. Because Cookie Crisp has changed, and it's not as good as it used to be. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has changed, and it's not as good as it used to be. So I'm going to treat all these cereals like they're in their prime, okay? Cookie Crisp in its prime, dude, was pretty good. Pretty serious. Pretty serious. But I think I'm going to have to leave myself room for some of the real big hitters. So I think we have to go B tier with Cookie Crisp. It's it's an above average cereal for sure. It's a B plus. We're not going to do all of them, but we're kind of treating C. Somewhere between C and B is kind of how we're gauging average on this tier list, okay? So B is going to be slightly above. C is going to be slightly or more below, all right? Special K. Man, Special K is another one of those cereals that I feel like you're going to have to add something to. If you get Special K, you are cutting up a banana or slicing up a strawberry or putting something in it. But that's just baseline Special K. I don't view Special K too much different than Cheerios, to be honest. We're gonna go D tier. Now Kix. Ooh, Kix is a tough one. Kix puts me in a tough spot. Kix puts me in a tough spot here. Because Kix is really good. I think Kix is probably on par with Cookie Crisp. I think I have to put it there with Cookie Crisp. Apple Jacks. I mean, Apple Jacks in their prime. Apple Jacks in their prime, dude. It's hard to touch Apple Jacks in their prime. You know what I mean? It's real hard. We're gonna go A tier for now. A lot of this is subject to change as the list develops, though. So if you're freaking out about Apple Jacks being A, give it a little time. They might bump up. Corn Flakes. I think Corn Flakes are so overrated. So overrated. Because again, it's the same thing as Special K. You're gonna have to add something to it. So overrated. D at best. Corn Flakes is a D at best. Corn Flakes can't stand on its own. All right. Count Chocula. I mean, it's kind of hard to go anything but S tier for Count Chocula. Potentially a bit niche. There's potential that some of you haven't heard of Count Chocula. But Count Chocula, man, I'm a little bummed out that Boo Berry and Frankenberry, I think it is, aren't on the list. Whatever the other one was. But Count Chocula is the GOAT of the three anyway. So you got to go S tier on that one. Captain Crunch, again, I think it's really hard to not go. I think it's really hard not to go S tier on Captain Crunch, dude. It's real tough. Here's how good Captain Crunch is. You're gonna fuck up the roof of your mouth eating it, and that's okay. Doesn't matter. It's worth all the razor blade style wounds you're gonna have on the roof of your mouth when you're done eating it. Man, it's hard to not put that S tier. Rice Chex, F tier. Get out of here with that trash, dude. It's hard. I'm real tempted to drag all these down to F tier too, but I think Rice Chex has a little bit of an edge on the others in the wrong direction. I think it's real bad. Captain Crunch Peanut Butter, I have not had, so we're going to just pull that down to the end. Honey Bunches of Oats is an interesting one. Honey Bunches of Oats, it stands above these for sure. I don't know if I think it's on par with Cookie Crisp and Kix. It might be our first C tier. It's not awful. If you go to the store and you buy like 4 cereals and you run out of the other ones and that's all you've got left, that's fine. You can have Honey Bunches of Oats for a morning or two before you go back to the store and get the cereal you want and not be that upset about it. You know what I mean? Whereas if all I've got is cornflakes, I'm probably making an emergency trip to the store. You know what I mean? Rice Krispies. This is an interesting one for me because Rice Krispies is one of the cereals I talked about. But considering I had to put like a half a pound of sugar in them, I wasn't going to eat a bowl of Rice Krispies by themselves. They're not really that great by themselves. They're just little kind of flavorless things. I don't think they're quite D tier. I would eat a bowl of Rice Krispies before I'd eat any of these. So we'll probably go C tier. I think C tier is probably fair, which might be surprising. Some of you might not like that, but that's the way it is. Prime Cinnamon Toast Crunch is borderline goated. Borderline goated, it's S tier. It just is. I'm struggling with Apple Jacks being A tier, honestly, too. No, Apple Jacks is S tier. Frosted Mini Wheats. Frosted Mini Wheats. I think probably C tier is reasonable. Here's the thing, though. I think I would rather eat Frosted Mini Wheats than Rice Krispies. Barely. Barely. But I don't put them on par with these two at all. Which makes me want to drag these down to F tier and give Rice Krispies D tier. Because these are just awful. But we'll leave it like this for now. Honey Nut Cheerios. Quite the opposite of regular Cheerios. A bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios is solid. I think Honey Nut Cheerios get an A tier. I'll take Honey Nut Cheerios over Cookie Crisp any day. Any day of the week. Reese's Puffs. Same conversation as Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Arguably in contention for GOAT status. Just in contention for GOAT status. Crazy good. Which makes me think Apple Jacks needs to come back down to A. Apple Jacks is a solid cereal, but I just don't think I can quite put it on the same level as these. It's just not quite on the same level. I think it's more along the lines of a Honey Nut Cheerios. Right, these Rice Krispie ones I don't know about. Also, these these are regular Cheerios. I don't know what these Cheerios are. So here, we'll fix that. That's regular Cheerios. Regular Cheerios are ass. I don't know what these were. Lucky Charms is a man. I love the idea of Lucky Charms, but Lucky Charms never went hard enough on the marshmallows. It was always way too much of that bland ass cereal. You know what I mean? You like you had to pay attention and make sure you weren't eating too many marshmallows too early, because you were going to end up with this bowl of wet cardboard that was not going to be fun to eat. So like the idea of Lucky Charms, I love. It's not a bad bowl of cereal. You just have to be a little bit aware of how you're eating it. We're gonna go B tier. I think Lucky Charms is a solid B tier. If they would do oops more marshmallows, Lucky Charms, we could have a conversation. But they're a little bit stingy with those shitty little marshmallows. Chocolate Rice Krispies I'm not doing because we have Cocoa Pebbles, and that just seems silly. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops is one where I feel like I'm going to have to be a little bit more objective than subjective, because I could take or leave a bowl of Fruit Loops, but I know who they are in the industry. I'm aware of who they are. You know what I mean? Then again, it's my tier list, so I'm gonna go B tier, which might be a curveball for you. You might not have been ready for that. I'm gonna go B tier on Fruit Loops. It's not as good as Honey Nut Cheerios or Apple Jacks. It's just not. It's definitely better than these though. It's a high B. It's a high B. Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran was another one. I feel the same way about Raisin Bran as I do about Lucky Charms. And then Raisin Bran came out with that 2 scoops thing, which we've got over here. So we'll talk about the 2 scoops thing later. Regular ass Raisin Bran though. I mean, it's, yeah, same thing with Lucky Charms. You got to be careful about how many raisins you're eating, because you're going to end up with a bowl of fucking cornflakes, and we know how I feel about cornflakes. We're going to go a little bit better than cornflakes. We're going to go C tier on Raisin Bran. I'll have a bowl of Raisin Bran. I'll have a bowl of Lucky Charms before I'll have a bowl of Raisin Bran. But I'll have a bowl of Raisin Bran. Golden Crisp. God, I don't remember Golden Crisp that well. I don't know if it's fair for me to rate this one. I've definitely had it, but I think it's been a long time. Like my parents might have still been together last time I had Golden Crisp. It's been a minute, dude. I can't in all fairness rate Golden Crisp. Fruity Pebbles, I mean, God, this is a tough one. Fruity Pebbles is a tough one, dude. It's a titan. It's a titan in the industry. No doubt it's a titan. But do I think it's S tier? Man, do I think it's S tier? Man, you know, I think I do. I think Fruity Pebbles are S tier. It's the only cereal that's going to give you what that cereal gives you, really. There's no other cereal where you're going to get a similar experience. A lot of these cereals have like somewhat of a counterpart in some ways. Fruity Pebbles is kind of on an island. You were going to have Fruity Pebbles, or you were going to have nothing like Fruity Pebbles. You know what I'm saying? I think they got to be S tier. Cocoa Puffs, S tier. It's not debatable. It's not debatable. Cocoa Puffs belong there for sure. I almost need to do an S tier list at this point, because holy cow. Frosted Flakes, little bit better than Corn Flakes. Still a below average bowl of cereal, in my opinion. I realize that potentially could stir up some shit, but that's a below average bowl of cereal, in my opinion. I don't know what you want from me. Now, this is Captain Crunch Berries. And again, I think here's the problem I'm having, is that it's better than a regular bowl of Captain Crunch. Which maybe means they shouldn't be in the same tier. Maybe it means Captain Crunch should be down here. I think that's not bad company. I don't think it's in bad company here. And I'm taking a bowl of berries over a bowl of regular Captain Crunch any day. But that in no way means I'm disappointed if all there is regular Captain Crunch. You know what I mean? I think the berries has to be S tier, though. I think that's probably a more reasonable structure that we've got here now. 2 scoops. 2 scoops Raisin Bran. This is tough. This is a borderline A tier cereal to me. It's amazing what another scoop of raisins will do to a box of Raisin Bran, bro. Changes the entire game. Now you don't have to pick and choose your bites. You're going to have raisins in every bite. And the raisins, it's a good cereal. The problem with the regular Raisin Bran is the lack of raisins. You know what I mean? It's kind of like double stuffed Oreos came out and changed the whole game. Kind of made a regular Oreo obsolete. That's kind of what 2 scoops Raisin Bran did to Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran shouldn't even be on the shelf anymore. The new default should just be 2 scoops Raisin Bran. Nobody's buying regular Oreos on purpose. Double stuffed Oreo isn't. If I tell you I want an Oreo, I want a double stuffed Oreo. Don't bring me a regular ass Oreo. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me you have Raisin Bran, it better be 2 scoops raisins. Or I'm going to feel like you pranked me. I kind of think 2 scoops Raisin Bran belongs in the A tier. Again, it's amazing what an extra scoop of raisins will do. Remember that. Good life lesson. Honeycomb. Honeycomb's a solid B tier. I like a good bowl of honeycomb. It's a high B, but I don't think it's quite on par with what we've got going on in the A tier. I just don't. Trix. Trix is tough. Trix is another one that I love the idea of. I think I feel very similarly about Trix the way I do about Lucky Charms. I think it's a solid bowl of cereal. I think it's an above average bowl of cereal, but I think I always want more than it gives me. I think every time I've had a bowl of Trix, I've been a little bit disappointed because I thought it was going to be better than it was. Dude, Pops, Corn Pops, this is tough. This is tough. Ooh, man, that's real hard. It's between S and A, for sure. Because a bowl of Corn Pops, dude. You got to eat a bowl of Corn Pops fast, though. Faster than other cereals, I feel like. I feel like you've got a small window of good bites of Corn Pops. I think we have to go A tier for that reason. And when a bowl of Corn Pops gets bad, it gets real bad. You know what I'm saying? You've got like 4 minutes to kill that bowl of cereal if you want to enjoy every bite, and then it's real rough. There's not much worse than a soggy Corn Pop, dude. Cocoa Pebbles. Man, I think Cocoa Pebbles are like a B tier. It's an above average bowl of cereal, but it's not on par. It's not on this level. It's an okay bowl of cereal. But if I want a chocolate bowl of cereal, I'm going Cocoa Puffs. And I'm not even going to have to think about that decision. If one day I'm like, I want a chocolate bowl of cereal, I'm just going to the store and getting Cocoa Puffs. I'm not standing in the aisle looking. at what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm getting Cocoa Puffs. Done deal. Honey Smacks. Smacks are actually really good. Smacks are a solid bowl of cereal. I actually just like had a nostalgia effect where I could kind of taste Honey Smacks, which is weird. That's the first time that's happened this whole video. But my brain kind of created that taste for me for a second, which was interesting. It's a solid bowl of cereal. I think I'm going to go B tier on Smacks. Nothing wrong with a bowl of Smacks, but I'm taking any of these over it for sure. It's a high B though. It probably wins over like, it probably beats out Trix. It probably beats out Lucky Charms. It probably beats out Kix. It's a high B, I would say. And then again, these I can't rate fairly because I haven't had them. So that's it. There it is. There's the cereal tier list. That S tier is just a set of juggernauts, dude. Titans of the industry, for sure. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is pretty solid. It's going to be very interesting to see the comments on this one. And who I pissed off. What Special K fans. How many big Rice Chex fans we have in the audience. Yeah, let me know what you think about this one. Give me some feedback on this one and what you think about this type of stuff. I am not opposed to doing some stuff on this channel every now and then that's not raid. That would actually be pretty fun for me. So if you enjoyed this, let me know, and we'll do this more periodically. We'll do some non-raid stuff on the channel a little bit more often. So yeah, that's it. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Later.